Hear ye, hear ye. I'd like to officially welcome you all to our first ever mandatory brunch meeting.
Hey, what if I told you Cameron Riley Monaghan, the guy from Jedi Fallen Order and the kid from Shameless, gave us the greatest live-action Joker we've ever had? Better than Heath Ledger, you ask? Well, let me explain. And just a warning, some minor spoilers follow for Gotham.
Sorry to stick my face in your business. Something just came up.
You know Gotham, right? Gotham, the Batman TV show without Batman.
GCPD. 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 GCPD.
Yeah, that's the one. It was the talk of the town when it first aired back in 2014. The series' hook was that it showed the origins of Batman's world. A young Jim Gordon, for example, Penguin, the Riddler, G.I. Jane, Brucey Boy Wayne, and yes, of course, a young Joker. Notice the question mark? We'll get to that later. But while it started a little shaky, the show overall actually ended up becoming quite entertaining. You see, over its 5 seasons, Gotham morphed into this Elseworld story. It was different, it was exciting, it allowed the city itself to become its own character. The buildings, the architecture, all influenced the tone and mood of the show. It was this focal point tying the storylines together. And I still believe the show brought Gotham City's look and feel to life better than anything else before it. And while Gotham amassed a devoted fan base, there was always those who hated its very concept from the get-go. It was divisive, but that didn't slow it down. Gotham was a chance for its main players to become more than just what we typically associated them with. That's what made Gotham so special. This really wasn't just Batman's world. Bruce Wayne was just another character within it. Now enter Jerome Valeska, played by Cameron Monaghan, Gotham's very own clown prince. It's Mr. J, but no, definitely not the Joker. Look, he doesn't have green hair, does he? So how could he be? At least that's what Warner Brothers wanted you to think. But from his very first appearance in the season 1 episode titled The Blind Fortune Teller, it was overwhelmingly clear who his character was and his potential.
Don't come yell at me to do the dishes. If you've been banging a clown, the next one, you know.
This ginger circus boy with a signature laugh would end up becoming Gotham's greatest achievement. The voice, the swagger, the mischievous allure. To best describe him, Monaghan's performance felt like an amalgamation of Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill.
I'm an artist. I just want to paint the town crazy.
During his time on the show, we got to see him tackle some seriously iconic scenes and plotlines inspired by The Killing Joke, The Dark Knight Returns, The Three Jokers, and New 52's Detective Comics #1, with the Joker's surgically removed face.
So, how's it look?
It's good. It looks good.
But if there ever was a character which defined the good and the bad of Gotham, unfortunately this was the one.
You wouldn't lie to me, right? Right.
Monaghan's turn as Jay perfectly embodied everything great about the show, yet also highlighted its very constraints. Gotham had a Joker situation. They had the perfect Joker, but he couldn't really be the Joker. No matter how hard they tried, he was never allowed to be. As Monaghan put it himself, pure green hair was off limits to us, as well as the name Joker, a decision from high up as they wanted to reserve these for films. But this decision from the studios to suppress Gotham's Joker perhaps ended up damaging Monaghan's legacy in the role. Monaghan could never fully become what the show wanted him to be, what we all wanted him to be, what he deserved to be. He was cut off at the knees before he was even able to get off the ground. Due to all these mandates, he was always held back by either being killed off before he got too close,
Some of you may know I died.
or just by having major limitations on how he could look, say, or do. As a workaround, the show even tried to float the concept that Jerome was an idea.
Sure you'll outlive me? Oh, I'm sure. I'm more than a man. I'm an idea.
Something that would perhaps inspire the real Joker one day. But this just came across as forced. To put it best, Monaghan's role became a casualty of Gotham's very premise, of its limitations from the get-go. He just simply outgrew Gotham too soon. He was constantly pushing the constraints of what was possible within the show's early premise. He was ready to be a big-screen Joker, a worthy foe to the big bad bat, a fully realized Joker, and he would have killed that too. He was ready for the full weight of the role, but unfortunately for him, Batman was still going through puberty. Regardless, the show still allowed him to be the very best he could within the many constraints, and it should be commended for that. But was it all worth it? Did the studio rulings have any real benefit other than disrupting what could have perhaps been one of the greatest live-action Jokers? After all this, how will Monaghan's Clown Prince be remembered amongst the greats?
Leave it to dying to give you a whole new perspective on life. And I would like to share that with you. Officer, you look terrible. Hey, you got... Tonight, Gotham, in the darkness, there are no rules. So, tonight, Gotham, do what you want. Kill who you want. Mm-hmm. And when morning comes, you too shall be reborn.
Monaghan's performance deserves more praise, more recognition, and overall just more appreciation for his time here on Gotham. He elevated Gotham to new heights. He surpassed any and all expectations. In my opinion, he was the perfect successor to Heath's Joker, someone to carry the torch. His passion and respect for the character was felt in every scene.
I guess it's like what they say. Y'all could go insane with just one bad day.
So for a character who is the Joker in everything but name, Monaghan did an outrageously good job. His Mr. J, his clown prince of crime, if you will, was too good in fact. So good. It's painful to see it hidden away and not realized on the big screen where more eyeballs could have acknowledged it. Consider this video a love letter to Monaghan's portrayal. A wicked, electrifying portrait of anarchy, of chaos and showmanship. With devilish charisma, Monaghan is a true force on Gotham, a truly great performance hindered only by being tied to the very premise of a show he too soon outgrew. Monaghan's Joker, that's right, Monaghan's Joker was ready for the big screen, and he deserved that shot. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
I implore you, watch Gotham, even if just for his performance alone. There's so much more I could say about Gotham, so much more left that I could praise, that I could debate, but thank you. Thank you for daring to be different, for taking risks, and giving us such a unique take on Gotham City, and most of all, the Joker. And to the man who gave us such a great and truly underrated rendition of him, all I have left to say is thank you.
burn it all down.
What do you have to lose? Except your sanity.